Hello my rad friends and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be creating some looks inspired by the newest Gucci runway campaign, which is called Exquisite Gucci, I believe. I think technically this is considered the fall winter 2022 look, and Gucci makes collections that at this point they're mostly like blended between men and women. They don't do like separate men's and women's runway shows, which is pretty cool, and I'm really excited to do this. I got the idea from a YouTuber called Devin Crimson, and she has done this before with Gucci. She's very like 60s and 70s inspired, and previous Gucci collections were very 60s and 70s inspired, so that's why she did that. But this collection is really like late 70s into the 80s inspired, or like it has a lot of those shapes and silhouettes, which makes it right up my alley. When I started this channel, I was like, oh, I'm on this fashion journey and I have this Pinterest board with my inspirations, and a lot of those inspirations were very 70s. I have since like realized through like shopping and doing like doing stuff about learning my body type, things like that, that those looks don't like translate like super well to my body, and I don't like enjoy wearing them because of that. Like the big, you guys watched my video about like pants, and like I rented all sorts of like wide leg pants, and I realized like the big bell bottoms and stuff like just drove me nuts because they would like flop back and forth while I walked and things like that. But what I have discovered is that the silhouettes that are working really well for me are the ones that are like very 80s inspired, like big puffy sleeves and just, I don't know, like big silhouettes that are just like cinched in at the waist and things like that. So I saw this runway show and I was like, this is amazing. Not only are these looks right up my alley, but I think that I can like make pretty like good looks from this collection that are, I think, pretty close to the collection, but like also just using things I already own, because I am at a point right now where I don't really want to buy anything else. I just want to like explore my own collection of clothing that I already have, my own wardrobe, and see what different types of fun things I can do with that. So getting started, I wrote down a whole bunch of things from the collection that I think are like the key aesthetic takeaways from the collection. So first I'll go through some like aesthetic choices and materials and colors and silhouettes, and then I'll talk about like specific pieces that were also like really core to the collection. And if you guys want to watch the whole collection video, I think it's like 15 minutes or something, and it's like on the Gucci YouTube channel. So the very first thing that was like right away is like pops of red, and then that like brilliant ultramarine blue. Otherwise neutral outfits with like those pops in just one piece. There were a few outfits that had an all over bright color. There were a couple like bright green suits or things like that. But overall it tended to be just one item from, if it was going to be a bright color, it was just like one item and it was either red or blue. Number two is a repetition of leather, pleather, latex materials, things like that kind of shinier fabric. Number three is that the neutrals were pretty specific. There was either black, gray, or a camel colored brown in a lot of the outfits. The exact color of brown is like this color right here, and they definitely mix it together. There were definitely things where it was like a gray skirt and a black top and like this color, and so I like that. I don't own a lot of dark brown, but the brown I do own is like this color, because I do find that it pairs well with black. But that is of note in the collection. I've only got a couple more. Okay, then there were studs. There were a ton of studded pieces, and I think that considering they sell accessories mostly, I'm interested to see how many of their accessories in their upcoming lines will actually be studded, because I love studded things, and I happen to own studded things. Another reason why I thought that this collection was like perfect for me to try to dupe. And number five is there were a lot of lace and mesh and lingerie elements, especially as tops. There were quite a few models that walked down the runway with nothing but a bra on, or a mesh top, or a fishnet top. And I definitely have a lot of like fishnets well, I have a fishnet top specifically, so that'll work well. One piece that was repeated throughout the collection was a pair of lace tights, which I think if I could just go to the store and buy a pair of lace tights, that would really help me make this sort of like the looks I'm going to try to build work as being inspired by the collection, but I'm trying not to buy anything. So I've got some like fishnet tights and things like that I think will work. So yeah, those were the kind of like overall vibes or tones or aesthetics colors that I picked out. And then the last thing is like a pattern mixing. Although because it is a combined men and women's collection, I think I noticed the pattern mixing tended to happen more in the pieces that were, I believe, like part of the men's collection. But I think that would be interesting to do a look like that, because now we're talking about specific types of pieces that were really common. Suits was the big one. Once again, I think that's because this is a combined men's and women's collection, but they had a lot of women wearing suit jackets, and they're like these big oversized 80s suits, which I love. This year I bought like 4 or 5 blazers or something, so I think that's gonna be awesome. Other specific pieces that I saw a lot were berets. I think that like almost everyone was either wearing a beret or the next item, like this weird close-fitting swim cap, which I actually do have something similar that I'm going to be using in one of the looks. And yeah, so headwear was either a weird fitting, close fitting like swim cap with ear flaps or a beret. A lot of the models had a big belt around their waist, like with a big buckle. There was a plain black one that was repeated a lot, and there was a studded one that was repeated a lot. Gloves. Almost every model, I feel like, had gloves of some sort on, which is very cool. Earrings, either being this one pair of like big gold door knocker style earrings, or these silver hoops that go up into the ear. Fur coats was a big one. I believe they all look like fake fur, which is really good. I have a bunch of real fur coats that are vintage, I've mostly inherited, that I'm going to be using. And midi skirts. Now it's funny because I was just reading Vogue and they said the midi skirt is the silhouette for fall winter 2022. I think that was really because of Miu Miu like put out all those like super low rise and also really high cut mini skirts, but Gucci was holding strong with the midi skirt. I think all of their skirts that they had, if they weren't floor length, then they were knee length. And then there were a few accessories, like I noticed a bunch of people had like a bow pinned to their suit, so that's interesting. But those were the main specific pieces were the beret slash swim cap, these 2 earrings that were very specific, the big buckle belt, the gloves, the fur coats, and the midi skirts, and the suits, the big oversized jackets. So we're going to be using those elements, those items in the colors and finishes and silhouettes that I also noticed. And so let's get to the looks. This is the first look that I styled inspired by the collection. And this one was based on an actual like singular outfit. Some of them are going to be more like amalgamations of multiple outfits, but this is the outfit. And I could have recreated it more successfully had I literally just worn underwear under this jacket, but I wanted to challenge myself to make it more wearable. So I took that idea of like the cutouts and the lingerie and the stripes of transparent material and black material and came up with this outfit. Now this sweater it's like a flesh colored material, so it's not actually see-through, but it kind of gives that effect. And then I have these tights with these cutouts. It's a lot of stripes, so it's definitely a look, but it's okay. I wore thigh-high boots with it because the model had thigh-high stockings on, and I thought that this still kind of gave the same idea, the same shape, the same lines of the outfit. And I put this bag with it. It gives me a pop of red. And I'm wearing these bright blue earrings as my pop of bright blue. She's got the bright blue boots on, but, you know, it's fine. Now, the model's wearing a beret, and with all the stripes, I put a beret on. I look like a sexy mime. So I went with, it's a little bit of a different style hat. I think, these have a name. I don't remember what it is, but a different style hat, and then I got these glasses here. And this is all stuff that I already owned. If I wanted to get more accurate, you know, like dresses with like sheer panels and cutouts are really popular right now. I'm sure I could have picked one up, but this idea was to do it with stuff I already own. And this is what I have. And this is, I think, like a very wearable outfit. Like I would actually go out in this outfit. It's a little stripy. It's a little whimsical, but I like that. And my friends know that I wear kind of whimsical outfits sometimes. So for me, it works. And this is that outfit. And I'm really happy with it. I think it's really fun. And I would not have put this together without seeing that motto. Oh, and I ended it with some studded bracelets just to bring in some of that like idea of studs and stuff that we see in the collection as a whole. That's outfit number 1. Welcome to look number 2. This outfit, first off, I'm using the same boots from the last outfit. I'm using these thigh-high boots. And then I added in this red pleather skirt that I thrifted last year. I put it with this white button-up shirt and this leather tie, which was used in multiple looks on the runway, with it tucked into the studded belt. This is my husband's tie, and let's just say that I'm very glad he is a man of fashion. It makes filming these videos easier because it gives me a few like more accessories to draw on. But I've got these fishnet tights. Now I said before I think like lace tights would be like perfect, but I'm trying to work with what I've already got. And then I paired it with this like really big kind of oversized blazer. A lot of the looks had bows like as a pin or something. I don't know like what they were, if they were part of the jacket or if they're pinned on as an accessory. And then other looks had like jeweled brooches. So I went with something that is a bow-shaped jeweled, actually it's a hair clip, but I just clipped it on there and I think it adds a little something to the look. And I paired it with a beret, and a lot of the models had like brightly colored berets on. I obviously don't have that. I've got like a white one and a black one. So I put it with these purple sunglasses. Purple wasn't really in the runway, but I really like the saturation of it, and it brings a little extra pop of color. And then I paired it with this camel bag, which normally I think I would not reach for this bag. So I would not normally have reached for this, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's bringing in the camel. I think a lot of the models had camel colored boots on. I think that that's an item that Gucci's really pushing, but I kind of liked bringing it into the bag. That's fun for me. I've also put it with these pearl bracelets because there were lots of pearl necklaces featured, and these big hoop earrings because the models, a lot of them had like big gold earrings or hoops on. So this is the second look. I have a lot of menswear and blazers, but I've never actually tried putting them like in this combination, like a button-up shirt, but then not trousers, like a really fun pleather skirt. And it's really fun. I like this. So that is a look number 2. Outfit number 3 is a little risque, guys. I know. But let me talk you through it. This is the bodysuit that I could have worn in the first outfit to make it more like runway accurate, but I thought it made the whole thing way too revealing and not wearable. It is definitely a look. I feel like pretty exposed, but the place I would wear this outfit would be somewhere where I knew I wasn't taking my jacket off. Without my jacket, it's a lot of skin. So maybe if I was going out to the bars or something, you know, when you go to a bar, a lot of times you leave your coat on, especially if it's not the type of bar where you're going to be like sitting down and ordering from a menu, but where you're going in, you're going to be standing up, talking to people, etc. I thought that this with the jacket over it is skin and a look, and it's sexy, but it's not too much skin if the jacket stays on. I also paired it with, once again, the same boots, but this time I think they're offering something really different because I put it with this vintage wool talbot skirt, which is all the way to my knees, and then you're not really seeing any skin, and I think that that helps balance this. If I had skin showing down below, that would have been, I think, too much skin for an outfit, pushing it into unwearable territory for me personally. I paired it with these golden earrings and gloves because gloves were quite the thing on the runway. I kept it overall pretty plain styling because this is such a statement. I did want to try to keep it wearable. I feel like if I started piling on necklaces and a beret and sunglasses, I think it would feel a little bit like too much for me. I just put it with this little bucket bag, and I actually had fun. I feel very sexy, but I showed my husband just a minute ago and he said hubba hubba, and I feel hubba hubba. And pretty secure. Girls aren't popping out. I can do this. You know, it works. I feel very Gucci. I've never actually worn any sort of underwear as outerwear. I feel very current and also very 80s. But it's definitely a look. And it's look number 3. On to the next look. Look number 4 is the first time I'm actually incorporating Adidas stripes into one of my looks, which is funny because the whole collection is like an Adidas collab, and I own literally 0 Adidas or even like sportswear. So I had to borrow this from my friend Rachel. But I was really inspired by that dress that was like a jersey but made into a sexy dress. Obviously I don't have that, so I decided to pair this black and white jersey with this black leather pencil skirt just to make it like sporty meets sexy. I also put a pearl necklace with it because I like the juxtaposing of the sports jersey with the fancy pearls, and I brought back the gold hoops, and this cap I think is really what pulls it all together. It is a vintage cap my brother got for me for Christmas, and it's got the kind of sporty, almost baseball cap shape, but it is clearly not an athletic baseball cap. It's clearly like an old-fashioned hat, so I like that. And then I still don't know how I feel about this, you guys. I put sneakers with the skirt, and that is the choice that was made. Sneakers. I had a different pair of boots on at first, little zip-up ankle boots, and this makes me feel like I could wear this grocery shopping. Wearing the sneakers made it feel much more down to earth, and I like the statement that it makes because it's saying sportswear can be sexy, but it's still sportswear, so it's still like relaxed and fun. And then I just put it with this like white quilted bag, and the real, say it with me, pop of color in the outfit are these studded gloves, which I think as soon as I saw the collection, I was like, my red studded gloves, I have to wear them. So this is an interesting pairing. Once again, inspired by the runway to make looks I otherwise would not have made. This next look was inspired by what I think was one of the most eye-catching looks of the collection. It wasn't my favorite look of the collection, but it was the only piece in the whole collection where I was like, I really want to buy that, but you know, it's probably like $5,000. And that was the white fuzzy sweater that was like crocheted, and then it had Adidas stripes on the side. So this is my attempt to kind of capture the vibe and feeling of that look. I am wearing like a head to toe kind of white look, but I did put black boots with it just because, I don't know, I didn't have any decent white ones and this kind of worked. So it's all right. Maybe I should have worn these. One moment. Yes, I like that a lot more. Okay, so I'm making a head-to-toe white statement, and then with this jacket, or it's cream, and this jacket with the Adidas stripes on the side, also lent by my friend because I own 0 Adidas items, and then I pair it with this camel-colored bag, bringing the camel back. But then, you guys, I think what's going on in the head is the really big statement of the outfit. So, look at this. Remember I told you that all the swim caps and the caps they have that come down over the ears, I had something that I thought could like fill in for that. And then I put this white beret. And what this is, you guys, this is from a medieval costume. My husband had this within like a like square hat. I don't know, this is the thing. But, you know, this is the thing. I immediately thought of this. This was the other thing I immediately thought of when I saw the collection. And I thought about maybe working this into other looks, but it always looked too contrived. However, I think with this beret over it, I think it looks really, I don't know, I think it kind of blends in and looks like one hat, and it's kind of like a winter hat. In fact, I saw these hats similar to this one underneath by this Japanese brand called Katie. And this past winter, they have been selling ones like that. Saw those and I really liked them, and I was thinking of getting one. And then this collection came out with all those swim caps. No one's really gonna wear a swim cap, but I think this captures the vibe. This beret is white, but like fuzzy. So it kind of captures the fuzzy vibe. This is, by the way, this is like I think this is like a fake vintage style sort of knit sweater. And then this is an actual vintage skirt that I'm like 90% sure is homemade by someone at some point. And then white tights and now white boots, a head to toe. And then this is very outside of my comfort zone, outside of my wheelhouse. It's definitely a look, and it's a very fun look. Once again, feel very whimsical, very statement. Would I wear it out? Probably not, but this is a fun look. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so fun. I also haven't talked about my makeup, but this collection really has two different makeup looks. It's got this sparkle eye that's like kind of a very squared off shape. Oh, I'm so much shadow over here. Or the other thing is like no other makeup on than just like a bold, like dark blue lip. And then there was one where it was like colored eyeliner, but that wasn't super common. But I really went with this for today's look because it was really fun to make the squared off shape. Very like Euphoria-esque. This outfit, I gotta say, guys, I feel the most Gucci in. I feel like this one, I am a Gucci model. It's all happening right now. So let's do a breakdown. Obviously, beret, big old, like really fun glasses, and ubiquitous hoop earrings. So I went with a chain necklace, and I feel like this is where it all comes together. So I put this top on from that Polish brand, Aggie, and it plays with the idea from the collection of a bra as a top, but it's not actually a bra for a top, and it brings in that camel collar that's so ubiquitous in the collection. Then I put this like trench coat on top, but I think it works really well even without it. Like even without it, I think it's not unbalanced. It's not necessary for the outfit. It just adds something. So let's take that off. Now, I want to show you my boots. Oh, boots, boots. These are my vintage 60s suede purple boots, and they really bring, once again, that little bit of saturated color. And then I've got a single fishnet glove, a chain bracelet, and this purse, which I swear to God, one time I was walking in downtown Seattle, and someone from like a block away was like, "Girl, is that the new Gucci purse?" And I was like, "No, it's just vintage St. John, but still, thank you so much." So, and then, oh, obviously the Gucci belt helps bring the Gucci look together. I think this was in one, maybe two looks in the collection. They had the Marmot belt there. So, you know, I think it goes, I think like this feels like, I feel the most Gucci. So this was a pretty straightforward one to put together, but doesn't take a lot to sort of style things in a new way to make it feel new. Because I wear these pants like at least a couple times a week, and I don't ever like really put them with like a skimpy top like this. So the next outfit was my crazy pattern mixing, and this, if no other outfit does, this really is giving me Emily in Paris vibes. So I decided to mix the two loudest patterns I had with this red plaid jacket and these different red plaid jeans. I originally was going to put sneakers with these, but it felt too forced. Like, look at me, I can put sneakers with a suit. So I put my white cowboy boots with them instead, and I think it pulls together the white beret, and this gold purse goes nicely with this vintage gold necklace, and I've got these bright blue earrings on again. And I think that, you know, the fishnet top brings the fishnet thing back, and I like it. This is a little risque to wear for office wear, but the nice thing about this dress in particular is that it comes with a dickie. So this can button up because it's actually designed to be worn as a dress if you want, right? It's designed to be very versatile. I can button it into a dress and then put this little dickie with it, and like, boom, there you go, good for the office. Take that off, and then I'm going out afterward, and we're gonna have some fun. And it's gonna be one of those nights. So I feel, like I said, Emily in Paris, but I don't think I ever would have had the guts to mix these patterns together had it not been for the runway show. So I'm really glad that I tried it and went for a little look. But 10 of 10 do not recommend these pants from Unique Vintage. The seams have literally just frayed apart because they didn't serge the fabric in, I think, 3 different places. They're a tragedy. Do not buy them. We've got a little bit of a strange one here, guys. I don't know if you remember, but this was a sweater that I bought a while back. And I pretty much immediately was like, what did I do? I didn't really like it, but I said I was going to keep it just, you know, in case I ended up changing my mind about it. So I'm really glad I had it for this look. There are several asymmetrical like office looks And it was really fun to try that out with this. This is the only sort of like office-y type wear that I have that's asymmetrical. Or really, like, I don't have anything asymmetrical at all. I put this button-up shirt underneath it, and then with the tie tied, with my hair pulled back to kind of show off this whole business going on. I also put these really fun bright red earrings and this bow once again. This time I paired it with these fun vintage boots that I have that have both red and blue and just bring a little bit of fun to this outfit. I would not wear this in real life, mostly because this sweater is not made to have things under it, so every time I move, the button-up shirt like bunches up under the sweater, and then I have to constantly pull it down, which, like, I don't know, it's kind of annoying. So, right, it's annoying, right? So I would not wear this in real life, but once again, trying something new gives me ideas, gives me new ways to think about what I already own. Why am I going in and out of focus so much? It hates this outfit probably more than me. I don't really like it, but we tried something new. This is it, guys. This is the last outfit, and it's featuring one of my favorite things that I own, and that is this like amazing white suit. I paired it with this sexy little bodysuit number, a studded necklace, these green earrings, because I don't know, I just really wanted to wear them, and an Adidas hat, also borrowed. The third Adidas item, also had to borrow it, and I put it with this cool Prada bag, this little bright green, because there are like some green things featured in the collection, and these brown boots. Now I also thought about putting this belt over the outside because I saw a lot of looks that were belted over the jacket, but I don't feel like it's very wearable because then when you want to take your jacket off, then you also have to take this belt off, and then it's like there's no belt loops on the jacket, right? So what do you do with the belt? You just have like a belt in your hand in a restaurant or something. I don't know. So I was thinking about putting it like this, but then maybe you couldn't see the bustier, you couldn't see, or bodysuit, and you couldn't see it. I don't know, like what about if I just left it like that? Is that weird? It's a little weird. I don't know. I think I would not wear that, but I think I would wear this. And if I'm being honest with myself, this was a little bit of force just to bring back the Adidas. Like I would definitely 100% probably will wear this outfit without the hat. Without the hat. It's good, right? It's good. This is a good outfit, and I love putting this with it. It's really fun, and that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun trying all these looks, getting inspired from something and not feeling like I need to buy stuff, but styling what I already own in new ways that were inspired by this really, really awesome Gucci collection. So let me know what you guys think, what ideas you have come up with, or if you want to try this. Like, I would love to hear this. I think that we should all just have like more fun with our clothes instead of worrying if we'll stand out or if it'll look weird. Like, so what if it looks weird? Like, there are bigger things in life to worry about if you accidentally look weird. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!